All right, so today we are taking a look at a set of earbuds that are making the case for the best earbuds for working professionals. These are the Poly Voyager Free 60. And actually, what you're listening to is a microphone test coming directly from the earbuds. So, this should give you a general idea as to how you would sound in an outdoor environment. And now, as you can see, we are indoors, which is probably where you would be majority of the time you're taking a phone call. So this should give you an example as to how you would sound in a more quiet environment. All right, so these earbuds have a ton of features that are perfect for working professionals, including one feature that we're going to talk about that I've only seen one other company have. Now, if you're not familiar with Poly, this is a company formerly known as Plantronics, which has a long history of creating headsets and just general equipment for working professionals. So these earbuds are just a natural progression of what they've done for years. So let's go ahead and take a look at the earbuds and just everything that you get. This right here is obviously the case, and the main attraction is the touchscreen display. Now, keep in mind there are multiple variations of the Voyager 60. These right here are the Voyager 60 UC Plus, which are the only pair that come with this particular case. And on the surface, the touchscreen display might seem kind of gimmicky, but it's actually not. You're able to monitor your battery levels for the case and the earbuds. You can switch between songs, activate noise cancellation, transparency mode, as well as adjust the volume. But the main advantage is the ability to switch between connected devices. So you can store up to 8 previously connected devices and then choose which device you're connected to directly from the case. So if you find yourself working across multiple devices, this is just an easy way to manage your connections without having to dive into the Bluetooth settings of each device. These also support multi-point connections, so you can stay connected to 2 of your devices at the same time. Now, there is an app as well, which we'll definitely take a look at, but if you were connected to something like a TV, which obviously isn't compatible with the app, you could use the case to access certain features. So, like I said, on the surface, it seems kind of like a gimmick, but there are use cases where the touchscreen comes in handy. So the earbuds run Bluetooth 5.3, and they support SBC, AAC, aptX, as well as MSBC. So no matter the device, you're going to get a nice stable connection. But tucked away inside the case is a Bluetooth transmitter, and you can use this on a PC or a Mac for a stronger connection and ultimately better performance, especially if you're someone that does a lot of conference calls, virtual meetings, presentations, things of that nature. The adapter will give you lower latency and better microphone performance. And going back to the touchscreen display, as far as managing your connected devices, the Bluetooth transmitter is included in that list. Now, as far as the multi-point connectivity, it will allow you to connect to the transmitter as well as a Bluetooth device. But if you want the full benefit of using the transmitter, I recommend only connecting to the transmitter. As far as the earbuds, one thing that stands out are the cone-shaped ear tips. These are easily one of the most comfortable earbuds because of how little pressure the ear tips create. They fit seamlessly, and the cone shape really molds to the shape of your ear. And if you're looking for a pair of earbuds specifically for work, you want something that's going to be comfortable for extended periods of time. Now, for me personally, these wouldn't be my first choice as far as security, but as a lot of you guys know, my ears are kind of a special case because they are very, very small. And to be fair, if your main concern is something like hitting the gym, that's not exactly what these are meant for. Not to say it's out of the question, because if you do decide to work out or hit the gym, these are IP54 dust and water resistant. Now, moving over to controls, I'm pretty sure these are the first earbuds that I've seen use a combination of a physical button as well as swipe gestures. So there's a small button on the back of the stem that you can use to play and pause, as well as track forward and track backward. You can also swipe along the stem to control things like noise cancellation, volume, and song selection. So if you go into the app, this is where you control exactly what the swipe gesture does. And what's really cool is that you can customize it depending on the exact situation. So you can customize what the swipe gesture does when the earbuds are idle, when you're on a call, and when they're actually playing media. For example, when it comes to phone calls, you can set the swipe gesture to place the call on hold, place the call on mute, adjust the volume, or adjust the noise cancellation. And that's another thing that makes these a great option for working professionals, because when it comes to phone calls, these have a ton of customization options inside the app. One of my favorites is the side tone feature, which basically allows you to monitor your own voice whenever you're on a call. And in the app, you can choose the strength of that effect. The earbuds also have wearing detection, so another thing you can do is set the earbuds to automatically answer a call as soon as you place the earbuds in your ear. Another thing that's really cool is that you can set the earbuds to either automatically switch the audio to your phone or place a caller on mute whenever one of the earbuds is removed from your ear. And while we're on the topic of phone calls, a question that I see come up often is whether or not you can use only one earbud at a time to take a call. And with these, you absolutely can. So as you can see, if you're somebody that spends a lot of time on the phone, there's a lot of things that you can really dive into and customize to give yourself the best overall experience. Now, moving over to battery life, they claim that these will give you around 5.5 hours of total talk time with noise cancellation turned on. And that might not seem like a whole lot, but most earbuds rarely factor in talk time and noise cancellation in their projected battery life. They might factor in noise cancellation, but very rarely talk time on top of it. So if you take those two out of the equation, you're going to get closer to 8 hours plus with the Voyager 60. The case also holds an additional 2 charges for a maximum of 24 hours. Another feature I really like is the wireless charging. So if you're somebody that keeps a wireless charger at your desk, it's really easy to keep these charged up and ready to go. Now, early in the video, I mentioned that these have one feature that I've only seen one other company have, and that's the option to turn any device into a Bluetooth device. So inside the box, these also come with a Type-C to 3.5mm audio cable that you can plug into the charging case. You can then plug the charging case into anything that has an audio jack and essentially turn that item into a Bluetooth device. The most common use case would be in-flight entertainment. So if you have a long flight, you could plug the case directly into the plane and use your earbuds. That way you don't have to worry about using the crappy dollar store earbuds that they hand out on the plane. Aside from that, you could really get creative and use this feature however you want. So maybe you're into collecting retro electronics and you have a CD player or maybe a Walkman. You could essentially turn those devices into Bluetooth devices using these earbuds. As you'd expect, these also have noise cancellation as well as transparency mode, and there are different modes for each one. With noise cancellation, you have standard, and then you have adaptive, which automatically compensates for variations in user fit. As far as transparency mode, you have the option of environment and you have the option of speech. Each one picks up differently on certain frequencies. For me, I find myself using the speech option the most. As intended, I feel like it's easiest to use if you need to have a conversation. Now, obviously, we have to talk about sound quality as well. And to be honest, there's not a whole lot you can complain about as far as the sound. You're getting some really solid clarity. So things like vocals come off very clean and pronounced, and you're getting some respectable bass. I don't think it hits quite as deep or quite as hard as some other options out there, but there's certainly enough to keep the sound from coming off thin, especially if you go on the app and use the bass boost preset. You also have the option of flat as well as bright. I think a good comparison is the AirPods Pro. Nobody's going to mistake them for the best sounding earbuds ever, but for the large majority of people, the sound quality is more than enough. So in a nutshell, that's my breakdown of the Poly Voyager 60. Like I said earlier, they're making a strong case for the best earbuds for working professionals. If you're interested in grabbing a pair, make sure you check out the link down in the description. And aside from that, appreciate you guys for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next one.